Good morning, traders. Crypto Ed here on Monday, the 27th of April. I've been thinking about what to tell you guys today for Bitcoin, but yeah, I'm a bit struggling, to be honest. I don't have a clear picture what is going to happen in the next 12 to 24 hours. And that's, yeah, with regards to trading or not. So I might be waiting on the sidelines for what happens here in the coming 24, 48 hours. On the bigger picture, I think we are due for some correction. And you can see it here. We did have a very good bounce. It's over 100%. But also a lot of sideways, and to me it feels like it's losing power. A good instrument for that is looking at RSI and MACD. On the daily, they still look good. We broke previous top in the resistance last week over here. We did make a new high around that 7,650 level. And that came with also a higher high in the RSI. That's a good sign on the bigger time frame. On the lower time frames, it looks to me that we could see some correction. And I'll show you several charts which line up with that. First, my support resistance chart. Yeah, well, we are still around that support resistance level, 7,650. Shitty price action during the weekend doesn't make it easier. I'll show you in another chart. With those wicks, doesn't make it easier to digest what's exactly happening right now. If you look here on the 4-hour chart, you can see that the MACD is flattening. RSI, although we did make a new high overnight, RSI didn't make a new high. So there is some small bearish divergence. Of course, that can be broken. But yeah, it's more or less from here already, you see. So it is indicating that we could see a correction, but from where? That's the point. If I first go look into the lower time frames, oh, there is the bearish divergence, yes. Let me go to my other chart, this one, the ranges chart. We did have this spike up on last week, Thursday, and then this is more or less, yeah, just choppy price action, sweeping the highs, sweeping the lows, sweeping the highs, sweeping the highs, coming back, retesting the range high here. But I have a little bit of a problem with all these wicks. It is, yeah, more or less, how can I say it in good English, giving me a unclear idea what or where I do get a signal that we are definitely going higher. I do have a scenario where I think we could go for 8,400, but the problem for me right now is on the lower time frame. Where do I enter a trade, and is it still worth getting in? Look, if I wait here to get above previous highs and then try to get in on a retest or something, then I'm already at 7,850, where it is questionable if we reach 8,400. So it's going to be a, yeah, it could be a trade or a move going higher, but doubtful how high it goes. And if I look at my Elliott Wave charts, it's here. Going back to the 4-hour, I do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we did have a new high. So 5 could be ending somewhere over here. If I look at the sublegs, I do have 1, 2, 3, not finished yet, another down, possibly, and then a move towards 8,400. But we don't need to get that high. That's the, well, it's not a problem, but that's the case with Elliott Wave. Imagine that 3 ends over here, 5 could be just a marginal new high above 3. And then the cycle can be called completed or mature. If you have 5 legs up, then it's, and then you can look at the internal sublegs, but then the minimum number of sublegs have been made, and this can go to 8,050 or to 8,400 or maybe 8,9. But when it's above 3, then it is mature, and then it can start correcting. And knowing that we do have bearish divergence, this move up could be a tricky one. Because I do have on other charts 8,400 also as a key level, a big resistance. So yeah, it looks like we're heading towards a price level where a correction is likely. Also, what I said here on the bigger time frame, look, if we do have here like this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's likely that we see some correction before going up again. If I go to the lower time frame, this is towards 8,400. This was the ending of the 4th leg, and then this is what I showed you before, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I said 3 is not ended yet because it looks like the 5th leg in this third leg is starting over here, and so this 5th leg, let me show you like this. This 5th leg, 1, 2, 3, this was the big move last week. 4, 5 is starting here, 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need one more up, and then we could see another correction in below 4, and then one more push up is likely, in my opinion. Yeah, this one can be like this, or just above 3 again, and making it like this, and then we only go to 8,000. Knowing that we have this bearish divergence, I think it's smarter to sit out today and look what's happening, and wait to see how this final move is going. If I do see here in after the correction of 3 a clean sign for a retest, and I do maybe have a better view on the price action, maybe it looks stronger as it looks now, then I might suggest to try to get in around here. But for now it looks like, for me, that it's a tricky move with limited upside potential. 8,400 looks to me as the max, unless crazy things happen, which always can happen in crypto. But for now, I think it's it might be better to stay a bit on the sidelines. One more thing I wanted to show you. Last week I showed you, or on Saturday I showed you a trade setup for Ether, Bitcoin. You can find it. I will post a link below. Ether, Bitcoin, I was looking for a break above this white weekly resistance, and if that happens, I do think that, oh, there it is, Ether could make a very big move. I posted a target for this correction, which is actually now like this green box. We just tapped into that box this morning and now trying to bounce. So I got my eyes on this. maybe it's interesting for you to watch that video also, because it could be a very big move for Ether and Bitcoin, and that would mean that all the altcoins also will have some good weeks. If we do get a bounce here, it's not confirmed for me yet. I'm waiting a bit more, but if I do see here a come on, yeah, there it is. If I do see here a strong move and then a sort of bull flag, then I'm looking for this move and adding to my position when I see this kind of retest, and what I showed you also here. So yeah, quite interesting where it is right now, exactly in the green box. Potential bounce area, it's not a guarantee. That's why I'm waiting a bit to see how this develops. Also because I'm not quite sure what Bitcoin is going to do in the coming days. So I'm a bit cautious and trying to be a bit patient and waiting how this, if this starts bouncing, and then it might be very interesting to see if it can break out here, that weekly level. But not yet, but it looks good if we can bounce from here. And this is the actual trade setup if we break out above this weekly level. But I'm on the lower time frame. I'm eyeballing this green box to see what's happening over there. Could be an early entry, but for me, too early yet. Let's see what happens today. After a weekend with shitty price action, I think we have to wait till in the afternoon till the US markets opens. Maybe then we see some price action, which gives us a clue about direction. And if so, then I will try to update on Twitter. Follow me there, and then we will see what happens in the next 24, 48 hours. For now, sidelines. As I always say, not in a position is also a position. That's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching, and see you tomorrow. Thank you. Bye-bye.